According to the previous owner of this vehicle, a motorcycle parked behind him on a windy day. And because it was very windy, the wind tipped over the motorcycle onto his rear taillights. So now we have a broken taillight. So let's fix this today. (2010) Mazda 3 hatchback. We are replacing the broken driver's side outer taillight. Now to start replacing or removing the outer taillight, we gotta go through the trunk. So start by opening the trunk. To remove the outer taillight, we need to access the bag through this panel. To start, remove the cover for the panel. Start by turning the knob 90 degrees counterclockwise, then take out the panel. And the nuts holding the outer taillight is in this area. The outer taillight is held in by three 10mm nuts, and there's two connectors in the way. So let's start by removing the two connectors. Use a pick tool to press on the locking tab on the connector and pull out. Here's one. And there's two. With the connectors out, I'm going to use a 10mm socket or ratchet wrench to take out the nuts. Oh, this one's loose. Interesting. Alright, careful not to drop the nut. There's one. There's two. Two out of three nuts are loose. Interesting. And there's three. Now for reference, here's the replacement taillight. I wanted to show that there's a retainer clip here in the inner portion of the outer taillight holding it in place on the body panel. So we need to get this off. Now there's two ways to do that. First, this is just for reference. Use a paper thin cloth that you can slide in between the body panel and the outer taillight. Now once you have a paper thin cloth, not this one, this is just for reference, you can have leverage and you can pull out the outer taillight towards you. That's one option. But since I don't have a paper thin cloth, I'm using the phone holder or the suction cup of a phone holder to put it on the outer taillight, and now I have grip to pull out the outer taillight. So with this on the outer taillight, you can pull it out. There you go. And that's the retainer clip holding the outer taillight in place. Here's the side-by-side comparison of the old taillight and the new outer taillight. Now if you notice, this is the base taillight. I didn't go for the tech package taillight because for the transparent inner lens, they wanted 3 times as much, and I didn't want to pay 3 times as much just for the transparent lens. Maybe later I'll replace the outer lens and put it back so that it matches the other side, but for now we're just gonna replace the outer taillight as a whole. Now before putting in the outer taillight, let's test it first. Connect the outer taillight first with the wire connectors, then let's test if it's working properly. Let me just move the camera a bit. So the wires are a bit short, so please bear with me a bit. So let's start by reconnecting the wires so we can test if the lights are working. Right. seat the outer tail light and let me close the trunk because it's too bright outside. Turning on the car, turning on the parking lights, pressing the brake lights or brake pedal. Now putting on the hazards. Alright, all lights seems to be working, so let's install the outer tail light. Align the alignment rod on its hole, then align the retainer clip on its seat. Oh my goodness. Well, this is embarrassing. I just realized that they gave me the wrong side. This is for the passenger side. And what I'm supposed to be replacing is the driver's side. Huh. Alright, to be continued.
One season later.
So, slight good news and bad news. The new outer taillight has arrived, but there's some bad news about it. So, this is our original taillight, and this is the new taillight. Unfortunately, the eBay seller didn't include the bulb sockets. So, when you order, make sure that it is included, because when I tried to move the socket to the new outer taillight, I noticed that the slots are not the same size. This one on the left side has a bigger slot, this one, and the new one is small here. So this socket, bulb socket, will not fit. What's worse, on the new one, the socket is removable, while on the old one, as you can see, it is in a fixed position, or there's a different way on how to remove the socket. I hope it is showing well on camera. So I'm gonna try to make a close-up of it on screen so you can see it. But be careful again on ordering so this doesn't happen to you. Now I have to request from the eBay seller to send me the original sockets for the outer taillight he sold. It's either that or I have to buy it on my own, which I really don't want to do because it might not even fit. So we'll continue when we get our taillight sockets.
2,000 years later.
So interestingly, it took me a month to get a correct taillight with no missing parts. So let's install the taillight assembly. Align the rod into the hole and the retainer clip on the seat on the taillight assembly. With it aligned, you can slide it in and let it clip in. There, you heard it made a sound when it locked into the retainer clip. Now let's finish the job on the inside. Okay, let's put in the 10mm nuts. Just start by hand tightening them so we don't cross thread them. Next, let's tighten the nuts, but don't over tighten them so we don't break the taillight assembly. Now let's reconnect the wire connectors. Make sure that the locking tabs lock in place. And we're done. And don't forget to put back the panel cover. Now since we have the replacement for the passenger side that would match the driver's side, let's replace the passenger side taillight as well so that they would look even. Now for the passenger side, this is the area that we need to access the back of the taillight. Now to remove this cover, you just pull from the bottom and take out the cover. And the nuts holding the outer taillight is in this area. So there's the three 10mm bolts and the two connectors on the passenger side. So I'm gonna start removing the connectors on the passenger side with my pick tool. Let me see if I can do this with the camera in front of me because it's so tight spaced. Push down on the locking tab and pull out the connector. All right, one out. Let me put it out of the way. Sorry, I'm blocking. Okay, next one is a little deeper. Oops. Okay, so sorry, I'm gonna be blocking. Can't get any grip on this one. There's the locking tab and pull. Again, pull. There you go. Okay, let me get it out of the way. Okay, now let's take out the three 10mm nuts. Use a 10mm socket and wrench to remove them. Almost dropped it, but we did it. Next. Second nut out. And third nut. Same process again. Use the suction cup of your phone holder, stick it on the side of the outer tail light and wiggle and and that is the retainer clip that we had to take out. And that's your current tail light. Now let's put in the replacement tail light. To install the replacement tail light, align the alignment rod in its hole. At the same time, align the retainer clip on its base. So it's gonna be a bit tricky, but you gotta look at it and align it at the same time. Now push it in. There, as you heard, it clicked in place. Now let's put in the nuts and the wire connectors inside. All right, I'm gonna start by putting in the nuts. I'll tighten it up off camera later. So first nut. Right, once you tighten them snug, you can reconnect your taillight wires. So this is one that should go here, and they should go on the other wiring connector. All right, I'll do that off camera because I want to tighten the nuts first, but you get the idea. With the nut snug, it's time to reconnect the wire connector. So Make sure that they lock in place. That's one. And one. That's two. And make sure to put back the panel cover. Ta-da! Let's do one more final test with the outer taillights. So let me start the car. Pressing the brake pedal. Turning on the lights. Hazard lights. Turning off the hazard lights. Putting the car in reverse. Alright, everything seems to be working. And that is how to replace the outer taillights on a 2010 Mazda 3 hatchback. Thank you for watching.